What happens if the ancient gods, assuming their existence, decide to return to our planet Earth? Would historians become believers even if they find ancient spacecraft? Let's remember that the legends of India, the Hindu legends, and the Mahabharata describe ancient extraterrestrials and spacecraft. Now, what could happen if representatives of civilizations subject to their real existence returned to Earth, which people called gods in ancient times? By the ancient gods, we mean a developed civilization that may have visited Earth in antiquity and at least had contact with people of those distant eras. There were many ancient civilizations that claimed that sky gods landed on Earth: ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient China, ancient Korea, ancient Japan, even the Native Americans, even the Mayans. Now, what would happen if the ancient gods decided to return to our planet? In addition to the general shock, the goal of the named gods will play a key role in the issue because the future fate of our families will depend on it. If representatives of a highly developed civilization arrive with good purpose, for example, to help in development, to officially make contact, or to warn against any danger, then this will be a victory for us. However, there are not many good things in the world, so let's imagine another scenario. According to some ancient myths, the gods staged their own showdowns on Earth, although they tried not to strongly involve people in them. However, if the situation repeats itself, then it will no longer be possible not to involve people. They will at least take any territory that they need, which they already entail difficulty, predictable consequences. In addition, it's difficult to imagine the consequences of repeated showdowns between highly developed civilizations, since in some of the first countries of the world, pride will not allow so easy to allow the use of the Earth as an outpost. It's possible that not the most logic attempts to attack the representatives of these gods will be undertaken. And then everything will depend on the mood and intelligence of the gods. At best, they will destroy all the attackers and take pity on the others, and at worst, they can arrange a reset for all of humanity, leaving a couple of percent of the total population of the Earth alive. But we are only talking about the average option when our planet is simply used as an outpost. What if the old gods arrive with bad intentions? For example, they will prove that they created humanity and we went the wrong way, so they decided to zero humanity and start all over again. In fact, the chances of a good outcome are much less, since even not the worst intentions lead us to very unpleasant consequences. If the gods of antiquity do not arrive with the purest and most positive goals, then our civilization will face the greatest crisis in history. Moreover, many of you have probably heard the myth of the Great Flood in ancient times. Who knows, maybe other civilizations had already developed on Earth, but the creators did not like them, and they decided to update their development in such a cruel way. All this can happen with the assumption of the reality of the existence of the ancient gods as a highly developed alien civilization. Therefore, you should not worry too much because so far, this version has not been fully proven as yet. However, do not forget that if we do not know something, then it does not at all prove the absence of its existence. Thus, one should not deny the existence of other advanced civilizations in the vast universe. Even if they were not ancient gods, then contact with them will be approximately similar to the descriptions because everything depends on their goals. Historians may not alter their science-driven positions even if they find an ancient flying spaceship. We also believe that even if an ancient spaceship is discovered somewhere in the world, historians will still not change their official positions regarding ancient history. Let's remember, I do have a playlist of the Emerald tablets written by Thoth the Atlantean, and he claims that the ancient Atlanteans did have very advanced technology. They even had interstellar flight and interdimensional travel. He credits himself with building the various pyramids in Egypt, and he says that he has hidden his spacecraft underneath a sphinx in Egypt. Now, we propose to present the option that a very ancient spacecraft was discovered somewhere in the world. What do you think if this happens? Will historians change their position? To be honest, we believe that even with this scenario, the official history will not change a bit. Even despite the fact that such a find will ironically prove alternative versions of history, historians will simply declare an accident and accept a position of complete denial of its involvement in ancient people. Just think about how many degrees of academic qualifications they've received, how much money has been invested in historical science, and what if everything turns out to be wrong? In this case, you'll have to look for the guilty, and no one wants such an outcome. The location of the spacecraft detected will also have a great impact. It's one thing if it's found in godforsaken taiga and another under some Egyptian pyramid on a special site. A more exotic case will turn out to be if an alien ship is found under the ice of Antarctica, because that kind of situation will go beyond all imaginations. On one hand, such an alien craft can really change the opinion of scientists about the more ancient history of the Earth. But on the other hand, in theory, it will not affect the prevailing historical versions in any way, because its age can literally reach several million years. Therefore, scientists will gladly accept the find and make small changes to their versions. If an alien ship is found in a distant place, but they can decipher at least some of the information on board, where the date will be indicated in 1 to 40 millennium BC, historians will not accept this. They will find an excuse, for example, it flew past and did not conduct any interaction with ancient people. The historians of the state on whose territory such an extraordinary find is discovered will especially try because, first of all, it is their fate that will depend on the explanation given by them. Just imagine if somewhere in Peru they first show a program where they pursue a version on advanced ancient civilization being complete nonsense, and that the Indians, the natives, made buildings on their lands, and then they find a hop and a flying saucer in the mountains. How do you think ordinary people will react when they find out about this? After so many broadcasts and loud statements, it turns out that not only other developed civilizations exist, but also their great age. The people's anger will fall primarily on historians, so it's beneficial for them to support their versions until the very end, until there's irrefutable evidence of their great, our opinion, delusions. So therefore, we reckon that even if such an incredible event as a discovery of ancient alien spacecraft happens in the world, historians will not immediately give up and will try to get out as much as possible. This is on Solask. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.